Hey everybody, it's Chase with AV Pop Culture again, and tonight I am out here on a hunt, my first hunt of 2025. I'm going to go into Walmart, check on the new steelbooks, see what all they have, maybe run down to Barnes & Noble, check out this Arrow video sale. I have a few hunts planned upcoming. This is the first and first one of the year, so pop that tape in. I got you. Let's go do this. Alright, we're in my Walmart, and this is probably the best stocked I've seen my main end cap in a long time. I don't know how much I'll be able to talk in here versus have to record over with this voiceover because of the music playing, but it's a sad state of affairs. There was the A4 stuff. Well, this is not looking good so far. This is what happens to me. Everybody else's Walmart looks like it's great stocked. My Walmart looks like the day after Christmas and everything is gone. It's just sad all the time. There's a few, like these few steel books, those have been there for forever. They've got little dents and dings. And then now this is just books on this side. There's another Walmart about 6 miles from me that's expanding their section, and mine always looks like a war-torn country. Like it is a no on DVDs for me in 2025 unless it's completely stuck on DVD or whatever. I'm starting to consolidate down my DVDs. I'm going to keep the art. I'm going to get rid of the cases. I'm going to keep the discs, try to put them in with the Blu-rays, consolidate down. DVDs, leftover Halloween slipcover. Everybody else's Walmart has all this great stuff. I got Rambo Last Blood. It's been here since like that Rambo Christmas. Steelbook has been there forever. There's the Kickboxer Blu-ray Steelbook. It's dinged up. I mean, this place is getting kind of sad. I did find where the A24 stuff is, but here's the funny thing. I've been in this Walmart several times, and even though there's a place for the other stuff, it's not there. I guess these two are. I've never heard of any of these two movies. The stupid spring loader never works right. I don't like how those fit if you were to even buy them. Those prices are crazy to me. Terrifier 3, DVD and Blu-ray. Got some Alien Romulus. I don't know if somebody stole the slipcover off of that or what. I still haven't seen it. It's just so empty. This is how it looks all the time. Actually, that's more than I've seen. These are cool. These 80s style. So my buddy Brian at the last movie standing, he told me about these new cool action covers. Very 80s. Very 80s. But I can't, these are all Blu-ray. I have the 4Ks of these movies, so I can't justify it. I wish I could just buy the slips. How cool are these? Look at that. That is super cool. It's the classic artwork on the inside, but that is super cool. These are cool. Very, very cool on those. Oh, check this one out. I haven't seen this one. Young Guns. Super cool. Hey, there's a never-ending story. At the time of this recording, is January 17th. I still do not have my never-ending story from imprint.
It just keeps getting shipped back and forth between places in California. It was sitting there since December 7th. Imprint says they are going to try to ship me another one. I have no idea. But these are super cool. Check out, here's an Evil Dead 2. That is super cool. Same artwork on the inside. Super cool slip. Basically buying the slip at that point, though.
And I can't afford to do that. But they are very, very 80s. Super cool. At this point,
I think it's probably time to head on somewhere else, but I'm going to loop around one more time. They have
I did find this little end cap with new stuff that they put out.
Valentine's collection here.
Valentine's
some special
Day.
Slips.
All it is again new dressed up slip covers for the holidays. I mean, I guess at least they're putting in effort to physical media seasonally. But that's it.
All right, so Walmart wasn't the best, and maybe you can see behind me, but I'm over here at Barnes & Noble. Gonna check out and see what they got. They carry some Kino over here still. Now, my Barnes & Noble got rid of Criterion because of theft. My Walmart is going downhill over there. This used to be a very suburban area that I live in, a somewhat, nice, very nice suburban area. It's still a nice suburban area, but it is becoming more of a very urban area. There is crime increasing. Every time I'm in here, I'm told they can't carry 4Ks as much because they can't keep them from being stolen. So we're going to go in here and see what they have. That's why I have a couple of other hunts in case this one just doesn't pan out. We're going to go in here and see what we got, though, because I have some rewards points from Barnes & Noble as well. So hopefully they have something, even if I have to get it from behind the counter. Well, let's go check it out.
All right. Into Barnes & Noble. My local Barnes & Noble. It's about 2 miles away. Let's see what they got. I'm always trying to walk fast. I don't want anybody to, I don't think anybody ever would complain about me recording in here, and I don't want to have to argue the point because I've talked with the manager in here and he seems cool. But I just kind of head the opposite direction. Cut through the books this time. Films. Yeah, we're going to head over to the new release rack first, which isn't much of one. New release rack. Most of these movies have been sitting here a while. Nothing has changed too much. Reacher. It's a pretty good show. That guy's on all kinds of juice. I hate those stickers. I hate the stickers stuck on the slipcover. Maxine. 4K. No, that's just a Blu-ray, I think. Maybe it was 4K. And here on the end, found a Long Legs 4K. I still haven't seen that yet. But it wasn't really on the target list right now. Yeah. I don't care for either of those movies, to be honest with you. Evil Dead, 30% off of $40 is still basically going to be $30 with tax. We got a few new releases over here. DVDs and Blu-rays of Terrifier 3. Then I was looking, and we got some DVDs over here. A bunch of, like the old $5 grab bag from Walmart. But this movie, I have not heard of this movie. This is on the new release rack. This is Jason Patric and, of course, Sylvester Stallone. I know nothing about this movie. Haven't heard about it or anything else. So that was kind of an interesting pull. And then they had the 4K non-steelbook of Transformers 1. I still haven't seen that. I've heard good things about that 4K. So they had a couple of things there. You had Godzilla and King Kong movie, 4K. And where all the Criterion used to be. I get sad every time. Whole big anime section, and then I've just started basically starting and going alphabetical, seeing what's new up in here. There was an Aliens 4K with a slipcover, but I already have that. I don't really buy their excuse for not having the 4Ks out here, and they said Criterion pulled from their store because of theft buybacks or something like that. 2001: A Space Odyssey, I already have it. The reason I don't buy that is because I keep finding Kino Lorber 4Ks like this, and I'm finding Screen Factory 4Ks out here in this store. And then they keep other stuff behind the counter. Although I'm thinking that it's probably just because Screen Factory and Kino Lorber just look like standard old movies. And I was told they're stealing the Arrow and there's Bad Lieutenant 4K. Kind of want to see that. Grab it. I'm told that they're stealing the Criterion 4Ks and the Arrow 4Ks because those demand more when they resell them. And these others, Kino and Screen Factory with the slips, just look like standard old movies. I don't have the first Guardians in 4K. I didn't see that. I am looking out for that one. I keep hearing about this movie, but not enough good things for a blind buy. You have to really look at this place because this is how they keep everything, and they may get like 15 new movies from the last time you were here, and they just get put in alphabetical order here and there, so they're very spread out. So it looks like it's all the same stuff, and then you'll randomly find something brand new. So that makes it hard. There's Death Becomes Her. That was here last time I was here. But again, it's hard to kind of find stuff like this. There's the Dances with Wolves steelbook. Crybaby 4K right there still. 2 of them. This store used to just carry so much more. I mean, not that long ago, just like 6-8 months ago. Oh, one day it'll come to 4K. Hopefully this year. The Fablemans 4K with the slip. I got it without the slip, but I got it for like $10 without the slip. And it is $40 right there. So I'm not paying $30 for a slip. Around the other side, as you can see, it's all alphabetical order. Another Kino release. Everything's just mixed in together. DVDs, Blu-rays, 4Ks. I got that one as a gift. 4K of that as a gift with the slip. Hopefully Hateful Eight comes this year on 4K. Super underrated movie. This one's going to pop up on a list here soon. Nobody ever talks about that one hardly. There's a Reservoir Dogs 4K with the slip. Not the steelbook, but it does have the slip. I'm going to keep that one in mind. There's a red eye next to it with a 4K. A Red Sonja on DVD. Felt like that was kind of random. Oh, the censored Riddick. And see, this is what I mean. There's a Scream Factory 4K. New one right out there. Rules of Engagement. You know, I've never seen Scott Pilgrim. I got to get the 10 Commandments 4K at some point. I just got the 4K of Strange Darling. We're going to talk about that on the channel at some point. I see dead people. Oh, here's Jackie Brown, the Blu-ray. I got to have that 4K. I've not seen that movie since the theater. Invasion of the Body Snatchers original. It's just a Blu-ray. It's 4K of Indiana Jones, looks like. Inglourious Bastards, there's the Blu-ray. That 4K is awesome. I don't care what anyone says. Check out my review on it. I've got Indiana Jones and the try to work him over Destiny. Kill Bill, Blu-ray, Volume 1 and 2 with the slips. $22.99 with 20% off. So, what's that? Like, that's a great 4K right there. $22.99 is with 20% off is like what? Like $5 off. So about $17.99 or so a piece. That's definitely cheaper than the Lionsgate 4Ks, but those are 4Ks and Steelbooks and Lionsgate Limited. I don't know what that's Orson Welles' Macbeth. That was there last time I was there. Look at that old DVD of They Live. I mean, that just looks badass. Yeah, that's really cool. The Thing. There's like some old sets of The Thing with Blu-ray and 4Ks that I would like to get. Turbulence. Another nice Kino release right there. I actually have 2 copies of that. I know nothing about this movie. This is a Kino release. Youngblood with Patrick Swayze and Rob Lowe. I mean, knock me over with a feather. I've never even heard of that movie. Westworld. Great movie. TV show was pretty good. Vertigo. There's a 4K of that out. I am not going to let myself buy DVDs this year just to watch them when I know there's a 4K. North Dallas 40's been here a while. It's not moving. I saw No Way Out right there. Naked Gun 4K Steelbook. Not on sale. I hadn't seen that before. I don't know if they just got that, but I have not seen that in here. The 4K Steelbook on that. They got a few things. It's the Platoon Steelbook 4K. That's a tough movie to watch. Meryl Streep. I guess that's a Blu-ray. That's the Blu-ray. I knocked the card out. It's hard to do it with everything with one hand. All right. So I'm going to try to give you a little quick sneak peek of where they keep the other good stuff behind the counter. So I'm going to zoom in with my camera. But yeah, you can see the Arrow stuff up there up top. They've got some Scream Factory steelbooks down there, second shelf on the left. They've got some other 4K releases. They got North by Northwest with a slip.
All right, so I might have found one thing. Oddly, they seem like they have increased the amount of Kino and Scream Factory they have, and they have those 4Ks, but a lot of those are behind the counter. They had a very small selection of Arrow. One of the things I was looking for they didn't have. We'll go home, talk about it, and I don't know. It's very mixed bag. Very mixed bag. All right, I am back from the Walmart hunt, and as you see, I went through Barnes & Noble, and man, my Barnes & Noble is so weird. They took away the Criterion section, but it's in there like, oh well, we have to put the Arrow and a lot of the Screen Factory behind the counter because of theft, and Criterion said we had to take it out of the store because of theft, and buybacks because of theft, or whatever, lost because of theft. But then now they're getting like more Kino 4Ks. And they seem to be getting more Screen Factory, Shout Factory 4Ks, even if they're behind the counter. And I tried to show you a little bit behind the counter. I mean, that's the cash register and stuff, so it's kind of hard to film up there, and you have to like ask permission to go behind the counter. But they had a lot of steelbooks back there. They had Escape from New York steelbook. They had The Blob. It was $45 for that steelbook for The Blob, though, which seemed way high. But they had The Magnificent Seven. That wasn't Screen Factory, but they had a lot of steelbooks, and they had some Arrow stuff. They had Demolition Man there. They had The Inglourious Bastards. They had some stuff back there, but I actually got one thing, and it was something that I kind of had already, and I'll show you and then I'll explain. But after, sometimes they're not all winners. I'm not just gonna, when I go hunting, if I miss my targets, I'm not just gonna aim and shoot and buy another target. I'm not gonna do it all the time. I can't. I don't have that kind of money. But I did pick up the Turbulence 4K. Now, I have a little story about this. I actually bought this from Amazon before Christmas, and I'm just going to be honest with you, the slipcover was damaged. It was torn on the back. So I might have watched the movie and then sent it back to Amazon. And I knew that there were copies of Turbulence setting up there at Barnes & Noble, and I had some points with Barnes & Noble. So I was like, I can go up there and get it and make sure that the slipcover is good. And so that's what I did. I'd already returned the one to Amazon. The plastic was tore anyway, so like I could slide the package out when I got it from Amazon. So I just slid it out, watched it, returned it, and I owe them plenty of money. I got a credit card with them. They're going to be fine. So I went ahead and picked it up from Barnes & Noble, used my points, and I had one other thing that I got from Barnes & Noble. This one kind of, I don't know if this counts or not, but hold on. If I can find it real quick. So I have a story here. What I'm about to show you also came from Barnes & Noble, and it's how I had some extra points for this. There's a Criterion Blu-ray I've been looking for forever. It's out of print. If you go to Criterion even, it says that it's back ordered, out of print, if you go directly to them. And I know my light's going crazy because my thing is changing. There we go. So I have been looking for Robert Altman's The Player for a long time. I have been looking for it for a long time. If you go on eBay, it is like $70 to $100 if you can find it on the Blu-ray because it's out of print. This stars Tim Robbins, but man, it has like everybody in it because it's like behind like a movie is being made. It's in all in Hollywood, and I just like the Hollywood vibe. So I have been looking for this. I have not seen it in forever. I mean, you got Fred Ward in here, you got Dean Stockwell in here. Hell, Whoopi Goldberg is in here. You're going to see a lot of cameos in this movie, but I hadn't seen it in forever, and I couldn't find it. I put an alert because I'm a premium member with Barnes and Noble. I put an alert to see if they ever found this movie. In months, nothing has happened. And then all of a sudden, they found a copy. And not only did they find a copy, I could get the copy sent to my store, and I got it for $25, $24.99. Now, that, you know, it's regular $39.99, but you got to remember it's not the Criterion sale. But because it was my first online order with Barnes and Noble as a premium member and like all this jazz, I ended up not actually picking it up at the store. They gave me that discount for my first online purchase and free shipping. So for $24.99, I had this delivered to the door. That gave me some extra points because of my first online thing to go towards this. So super cool, kind of cheating because it didn't get it on the hunt, but it contributed to the hunt and all that kind of stuff. But super happy to have this movie. Super happy to have this movie. If you've seen The Player, let me know. By the way, this is a really good movie too. I don't know how I've never really saw Turbulence. It's not what you think. Like Lauren Holly is in the movie, but it's not really. I've heard it described as Die Hard on the plane. It is. I'm sure that was the elevator pitch, but that's not what it is. It takes away a lot of those stakes early on. It's more of like a cat and mouse game on a plane. So it's a little bit different, but this is restored from the 35 millimeter original negative, and it looks great. I mean, it looks damn good. So high recommend, and man, if you can put your hands on this, it's super high recommend. But that is what I got. I'm going to keep checking my Barnes and Noble because I do feel like they're trying to get some more, like at least Arrow and Scream Factory, even if I got to go behind the counter, which really takes a little bit of the fun out of it. What I don't understand is why there'll be some, like all the Kino 4Ks are out front. And there are random Scream Factory 4Ks that are out just in Gen Pop in the regular area. But then there are others that are behind the counter. So what it is, and I mean, what it was described to me by the manager there is like the big boutique stuff, like the Criterion and Arrow, fetches more if you steal it and resell it, basically. And that's why they don't put the steel books really out there, even from Scream Factory. And they'll just put, these just look standard. And that's part of the knock when I rank the boutiques is the packaging. The standard packaging for Kino and Scream Factory is pretty plain. So it's to the point where, you know, if you're trying to steal to resell, you're like, that's just a plain old movie. So, but it worked out for me this time because I got Turbulence. And hopefully my store continues to carry more and more. And I probably would have bought the Blob because I don't have that, but not at $45 because I'm pretty sure that you can get it cheaper. So I'll be on the lookout for that one as well. But that is my hunt, and I am doing several hunts. You guys are probably going to see over the next couple of weeks because I spent a weekend doing some hunting, and my Walmart stinks. You saw that. My Walmart's terrible. It looks like it's a Walmart in a war-torn country, and the Grinch has been there and took everything after like the war went through. Like it's horrible. So they hardly ever have anything. They did have the cool 80s things, but that's about it. So I'm kind of, you know, it's going to be Barnes & Noble or bust for me around here. But got Barnes & Nobles. I got my CD warehouse. So we got some options, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, we do all kinds of stuff here. We do these Chase in the Wild hunts. We do unboxings. We do 4K reviews. We do cool movie lists, rankings, all kinds of lists and rankings that you don't even think of. We do it all here. And we do it all. We do physical media news. We do it all from a fan and filmmaker's perspective. If that is something that is your jam, please hang around, like, subscribe, all that stuff that helps me out there in YouTube land. And if you want to help support the channel further, you can join my Patreon link or right here at YouTube. And a couple dollars a month, depending on your tier, you can become part of the pop culture family and our friend or an icon. You're going to get your name and lights on every video, behind the scenes, members only videos, looks at my filmmaking, short films I've done, all kinds of stuff always being added there, and everything helps the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Same when I link Amazon stuff. I have an Amazon storefront that I put the link to. Anytime I do a list or a ranking, I put the links to those on Amazon, the movies in those lists and rankings. I'm going to make those links available, give you the best deals. You'll find them all sorted together at my storefront. I'll try to put them down here too when I can. And anything you click on and buy when you go from those links, that helps out the channel too. And y'all, I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. This is a big thing for me, and I really do appreciate it. And until next time, be kind, rewind like always. This is Chase with AV Pop Culture, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.
I know.